Welcome back to Super Metroid. This is Solomon's Draygon, and we're going to be picking up after the Bottoon fight to go on for big old Draygon. Now, I expect I'll be able to make it as far as Ridley on this particular run-through. I know that because this is my second attempt to record it. The first time, the audio did not come out so well. I'm using a new headset now. It's a Logitech headset that I actually received for free from my new workplace, so that's going to be an interesting time on that. The specs on this are that I can only do the microphone level adjustment. I can't do any decibel boost as before. But interestingly enough, the sound quality is not too bad, really. Kind of makes me wonder about reassessing my thoughts on USB microphones versus the regular style microphones. Certainly getting better quality, I suppose, better quality than on the X12. So, okay, the order of the day here is we just go ahead through this room and just sort of swing around a little bit, you know, get your way across. Gotta learn how to time those jumps, so to speak. And, try not to do that. So, yeah, the Draygon fight is really not very much further than the Bottoon boss room. In fact, it'll be over before 5 minutes have passed in this video. And, of course, there is a trick to beating this guy, so, it's not really a trick per se, but it's, I'd call it a dank. It's just using the game mechanics to your advantage, and they built this in. Without this little maneuver, he would be the hardest boss in the game. So, you know, yeah. I mean, Ridley's tough and all that, but he is not that difficult. Alright, so first order of business, when you get into this room, you want to blow out these cannon things. Number one, because they're going to be shooting at you. And number two is because they are key to this special trick. As soon as these little Draygon babies have passed off, then he's going to come out of the left side of the room, so I just want to go over here and hide. Now, the first thing he does is he zooms down and tries to smack you, and then he comes across the room spewing out those little gray balls. Once he catches you, he'll grab you up and then spank you several times. So, just kind of hang tight, you know, you're gonna lose a little bit of HP, but not all that much. It's not that bad. Just let him keep going around and around and around, and then, when you get close enough, just zap into one of these with the grapple beam and hold on. Bam, he is done in seconds. Almost no life lost. One box. A box and a half. And so now he's dead, he's gone, and his babies are coming to bury him. Simple fight, you know, if you do it that way. Otherwise, if you, again, if you try to take him on naturally, he's going to be the roughest boss in the game. So now we got the space jump, and this is a pretty cool little maneuver. Check it out. Whoosh. Whoosh. Hopping around in the air. Adds another animation onto the flip. So that's pretty cool. And this isn't actually the first time the space jump has been in a Metroid game. I think it made its premiere in Metroid 2 Return of Samus. So that's, you know, it's nice to see that it's made its return here, and it's a really useful tool, and kind of, you know, sort of the sign that you're getting towards the later half of the game when suddenly vertical isn't really a dimension you need to worry about reaching anymore. These Metroids can't do damage for piss, but I still want to get them out of the way. Once you've got the space jump, then literally there really is no obstacle in front of you anymore. You can just go through any room that you like. So first things first, make your way to this door up here, and this is a nice shortcut through to getting the next weapon that we're going to be using. Now with the space jump, once you've gone down far enough, you cannot go back up again, so you really gotta learn the timing of it. Otherwise you can end up falling into spikes like me. But honestly, by this point, we're really not doing that bad. We can afford to lose a few bits of health on the way. Now, we've been in this room before. If you'll recall, that gray door on the right was shut when we came down on that sand waterfall, and now that Draygon's dead, it's open. And there's going to be another one that's open as well. One that we could have potentially gotten to if we did our space jump right, but now it's not as necessary. So, not the space jump, the triangle jump. This door opens up after you've killed Draygon, and you just kind of work your way up. Get rid of these little fan ray things. You killed Steve Irwin! Take note, this takes a lot of shots to beat. This little pile right there. Just skip past all of these guys, and then Plasma Beam. The most powerful regular weapon in the game. Hyper Beam not counted, because the Hyper Beam, well, you don't get that till much later. Now, notice that the Plasma turns off the Spazer, and, you know, if you switch back to the Spazer, it turns the Plasma off. Let's go ahead and see what the Plasma Beam's Power Bomb special looks like. First, let's get rid of this guy. And as you can see, it doesn't do crap. The beam is definitely the most powerful of the regular attacks, but you do want to combine it with your wave beam at least, if not the ice beam as well. The wave beam just adds that extra little bit of power, and it gets through walls, so there you go. Now let's take a look at this little pile of turds. 1, 2, all dead. That was nice. Let's take a look at how our reserve tanks stack up. Yeah, we're full on with the reserve tanks. There's 2 more to get, and I believe I know where they are. Alright, doesn't matter how we approach it, but we do want to work our way back to the left and get up again to the long tube that took us through this zone. Come on, get your shit together. I'm a little bit delirious. This is after day 2 of my new work training. It's solid 8 hours of sitting at my desk, but not able to have fun with my own computer. So, as you can tell, it's a little bit exhausting. Also, I haven't been sleeping all that great because I'm adjusting my schedule on when I get up, so that's always fun. Note that these guys can now be pwned. Just work your way on out. And our next place that we're heading for is going to be Norfair to take on Ridley. Ridley, he's a bit of a badass. But his lair is also pretty hardcore as well. So, you know, I think that after this, depending upon how things go, it's going to be my goodie roundup. And then after that, there's going to be one more video. So if the goodie roundup takes longer than expected, then I will be going on to final episode, probably 2 after this. Now, if it turns out that the end run is not going to be all that bad in comparison, then I'm just going to go ahead and make it all into one video. So we'll see how things stack up. This one, though, I know that I'm going to be ending at Ridley, so we might as well get the map now. There is the other reserve tank, and I'd say now's the time to go for it. I mean, I could wait until later on, I suppose, but it's not that far out of the way for me. Let me go ahead and give this a save here. There we go. And just run hardcore through here. Come back and pick up all the bombs, which really doesn't do us that much good. Couldn't even do the space jump there. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so now that we're back here with the power bomb, then we can just skip on up over here. Just blow that brick out and go straight up. We could have come back here when we had the charge beam, or sorry, the grapple beam, but hey, this is quicker. Now also, we're going to be making up for some lost missiles here. Shoot downward, and that thing comes up. You can't jump while that thing is extending, that's interesting. Come in here, shoot these dragons out, this lava don't bother us. Grab this missile. Yes, there's a hidden missile in that block there. And there's also a reserve tank up here. Awesome. So, back on out. Funny that you couldn't run through that. Even though the movement wasn't impeded, you could not run through that section. So yeah, let's demonstrate that again. I'm on it, and, when I'm up against the wall is when I can't jump. Interesting mechanic, that. Nice to know where the hitbox detection is. I don't even know what to call that. Collision? Bleh. I'm bad at game lingo. And yeah, I'm just gonna spend the power bombs like they ain't nothing. What do I care? Alright. Onward and upward. Pop this bomb. Head back down. And we're probably going to want all this energy in our energy tanks because the Ridley fight can actually get a little rough. So let me just take a moment to clean up these little turd bags. See how my energy stands. Alright, perfect. I can dig that. And now that we go down through here with the plasma beam, these things just, they melt like butter. They can't stand up to us anymore. There is no such thing as an enemy we can't hurt. Or is there? Nothing to get at this energy spot here. And let's just swing across. Those little turds are going to want to pinch us. You don't really go all that faster with the space jump, as it turns out. Shoot through that, go through here, drop on down, and pop a bomb. Woof. That slow down. Yeah, this is truly emulating the SNES processor because that took up the whole screen, and that was an effect that overburdened the processor. I remember even back then it slowed things down a bit, so, you know, this is a pretty faithful recreation, I think, this emulator. Give ourselves a little save. And we're gonna work our way down through Lower Norfair. Alright, epic music. jets of fire interrupting my space jump. Hop on across this pool of burning lava. And there's another Chozo statue. Just turn into a ball in his hand. And he will drain the lava for you. Look at that burning in the background. Just look at how this place... It looks like it used to be a great temple of the Chozo, and now it's just on hellfire. That is pretty badass. Let's get these guys. Kill his face. And yeah, the burning acid, I guess, in this place for some reason, it does damage you. So it must be some kind of, you know, lava acid, I guess. Now this is actually a trickier jump than it looks like. You can miss this if you're not careful about it. It's just a missile, but at the same time, you know. So okay, I talked up a big game in Metroid Zero, and even on this one, on how you get punished for using super missiles. Check this out. Check this bad guy out. He grabs your missiles mid-air and throws them at you. It's at this point that I actually start to like using the charge beam for bosses, because with the plasma beam, it does cut through them a lot quicker. So I'm just going to use that to beat this guy, get a little bit better aim, and I think it's more damage for the buck. Of course, you want to be careful because unlike the last guy, you're not going to as easily survive going through just getting all up in his grill. I thought I had turned off the moonwalk in the previous save, but yeah, that was pretty simple, wasn't it? Nothing too fancy. Hop up and throw out a power bomb. Grab these items while you can, and then head on up here. Super missile. Superb missile is more like. And here we get the screw attack. Signature Super Metroid, or really just Metroid in general, item. This is, next to the plasma beam, this is the most powerful weapon in the game too, because there is literally almost nothing that can stand up to you now. There's a few elite soldiers, but they're not really much in comparison to the screw attack. So we're gonna demonstrate that in just a second. There's some badass space pirates up here. Well, first there's these little jet guys, which just for some reason they seem obligatory. Give us the jet guys. Give us the jet guys when there's the screw attack to be had. Whoop. Bastard got me. Yep, everything just dies. But you don't have to go up there, actually. Bit of an obstacle course here. Sort of showcases also the screw attack's ability to get through blocks. And yeah, the lava... Ooh, that was a nasty little trap there. The lava's rising. Had to get burnt a bit. Look at these guys. They don't even... Well, they do feel that, I guess, but they feel this a whole lot more. And for a whole lot less time. When in doubt, screw attack it. Oh, and you can stand on those guys. That's pretty neat. Nothing up there that I want, really. I'm not interested in chasing items. This is a pretty cool room here. This big room is slowly filling up with lava, and unless you're pretty bad with your timing on this space jump, then you can get your way all the way up here, so no worries. Now, you're supposed to go down here, but I want to just kind of forge on ahead a little bit, because there is something worth getting. Blow that guy out, and then go over here. And you notice how there's a little bit of a draconic effect to this these rocks here. It looks like there's a Ridley here. I don't know if that's the work of the Space Pirates or the work of the Torizo, but I think it's pretty neat all the same. You gotta wonder how much of this place is ZB's, the Torizo version, and how much is the Space Pirate version. Because you remember that big old Ridley mouth that we went through when we first entered this general vicinity, and then we went through that dragon mouth thing. So that's, you gotta wonder. I'm just curious, I guess, how it is that they do their business. I'm gonna go ahead and just pile drive through these enemies, not giving a fuck. Save here, because I can't guarantee I'm not gonna die. Yes, this is indeed the time when I like to go ahead and use my plasma beam full time for bosses. It's actually more powerful at this point than the missiles or the super missiles. Well, maybe not the super missiles, but you know, it just does a lot of damage, and it seems to care less about their armor, so you're supposed to be able to shoot that out. Just bomb your way through that wall. Don't waste time shooting these guys. Just drive your way through them. Pop a power bomb. And get a power bomb. Boy, I'm gonna sleep like the dead, I think. Because I am not feeling my best today. There's gonna be a ton of editing with Audacity on this file, I can assure you. Oh, these guys right here. They are nasty. Now you can't get out of this room without fighting them, I don't think. Yeah, you have to fight them, and there's only one time where you can hurt them. You gotta entice them into doing that jump right there. You gotta, when they turn golden is when they're vulnerable, and they don't turn golden until they do that kick jump. So entice them into doing that, and you're good. And then this door opens up, and as is the case most of the time, when these doors open up, these gray metal doors, then they're good for life. So bam, enjoy. You don't have to fight your way back through those guys on your way out. Look at that burning background. This place is hell. Alright, time for the fight. And Ridley, he loves to make an entrance. Look at that. Alright, just go ahead and go to town on this guy. I'm gonna just shoot him up, and see, Ridley is an interesting battle because it can end one of two ways. It can end where he just blows up, and that takes longer. Or, if you can entice him into picking you up after he's taken enough damage. I'm just gonna try and pump him full of super missiles here. It's hard to tell when exactly he's at the point that he can die, but yeah, if you wait long enough, get him down to low enough health, then when he picks you up, he stands a good chance of dying. This is an interesting battle in that fashion. Okay, so now it looks like if he were to grab... There you go! I don't know what triggers it, but he just spontaneously dies. And there you go. That's dead Ridley. Just pop on in here, and uh-oh. What's this? This container looks familiar, except it's empty. What do you think happened here? It's a mystery, but there is usually an energy tank behind Ridley's room when you're on ZBs, in all 2 games where it happens. So that's an energy tank right there. So, now we've got the mystery of the missing Metroid baby. He is not to be accounted for. Maybe we'll find out soon. In any case, thanks for watching. This is Solanus Dracon, and this has been Super Metroid.